custom homes with amazing views right here in Austin, Texas. Some people say they miss the season of fall and the changing colors when they move to Austin, Texas. But this home is going to put that to the test because you're going to see an amazing view from the backyard patio, the upstairs game room, and there's even a second floor balcony with an unbelievable view that looks out for miles. You're going to see some great changing colors in the greenery behind this home. Now, this is 237 Canyon Turn Trail. The home is just under 5,000 square feet with 5 bedrooms and 4.5 bathrooms. It's a 2023 build by Deville Custom Homes. And at the time of recording this video, it's for sale at $2.2 million. We're in the Water's Edge section at Rough Hollow, right here on the border of Austin, Texas and Lakeway, Texas. And the listing agent is Stacy Deville. You're going to see some great views in a couple of minutes, but I want to first start with this open concept main living area, which feels really spacious with all this natural light coming in. We'll get to the kitchen in a minute. Now, obviously, you're seeing that this home is empty, but if you like interior design, then when we get to the backyard patio, I'm going to show you some spaces that we transformed with furniture and decor so you can really visualize how everything comes together. So stick around for that. Here's the thing, this home was also nominated for Best Bathroom in a Custom Home over $1 million at the Max Awards. When you see it, you're gonna understand exactly why. The details and finishes are absolutely stunning, and you can tell a lot of thought went into every single element. So I cannot wait for you to see that as well. Starting in the kitchen, what stands out the most is the dropped ceiling with the accent lighting, which really forces your eyes to look up. We also have 2 tone kitchen cabinets where they wrap the kitchen island in a darker color along with the countertops, but then your eyes look up at the light brown upper cabinets, which create a great contrast against the darker tones below. What I love about this is how well designed the whole space feels. What I want to show you here in full detail are the white veins running through these dark countertops. And get this, they really get pulled out by the lighter backsplash as well as the designer vent hood, which creates this beautiful contrast that forces your eyes to look up. We do have Thermador appliances, which are really top of the line. And then I love the backsplash going all the way up to the designer vent hood. The vent hood really stands out as a fun accent piece in this kitchen, and it forces your eyes to look up. And in case you didn't believe me, again, this home was nominated for Best Bathroom in a Custom Home over $1 million. Now, Stacy, the listing agent, has some great information about this property here. You'll also see what looks like a survey, since this is a unique corner lot that has space not only in the backyard, but also in a side yard. Now, in this kitchen, we do have 2 sinks. The larger one here has a window looking off the front of the home. As you'll see throughout this home tour, we have greenery off the front and a lot of greenery off the back. And if you're not happy about this cloudy day, rest assured when we get upstairs, the clouds part and the sun comes out. I cannot wait for you to see that view, especially when the sun comes out. Also, let me know what you think about these cabinets that open up from the bottom. They remind me of one of those cabins in the woods, and it really gives you that hill country vibe. On this side, we have U-shaped cabinets with 2 mini fridges and a wine section on the right, and then another sink perfect for entertaining, which is something you really don't see in every home. It makes a huge difference. Let me show you. If you can imagine some bar stools on the opposite side, it's great for having guests over, and the whole layout just flows so nicely for hosting parties. What I think stands out about this dining room is the circular light fixture that really draws your eyes in. Now look at this, on a sunny day when there's a lot of natural light coming in from these large windows, it really provides a fun design piece here and creates such a warm and inviting atmosphere for family gatherings. Now, if you think that this dining room is not very big, well then take a look at what's coming up next, because if you really want to enjoy the outdoors and take advantage of this beautiful Texas weather, you can enjoy your dining area right outside, which is something a lot of people tell me they love. Now, if you couldn't imagine this as a dining area, well, now you can. Picture an 8-seater table back here with the fire going. You can also put a TV above that fireplace mantle, making this a great space for entertaining. And as you'll see, we have quite a few rooms where we did transformations with furniture and decor. If you want full details on everything we did, click on the unlisted YouTube video link at the top of the description of this video. The grill and sink here, I love how it's positioned on the side at the edge of the patio. That you can really take in the view from here, and it feels like you're on vacation every single day when you step outside. The ceiling design matches up really well with the kitchen upgrades that we saw earlier, and it also forces your eyes to look up, which creates this really cohesive feel throughout the entire home. Now, I love the idea of putting a TV up above the fireplace mantle so you can watch a ball game out here and really enjoy this outdoor space that is surrounded by greenery and an amazing view that stretches on for miles. Now, I'll say this again because it really is that impressive. The clouds do part and the sun comes out when we get upstairs, and you see the same view, but except higher and even more dramatic. You can even see the waterway that runs through Austin and Lakeway, Texas from the second floor balcony. It's unbelievable, and one of those things you really have to see in person to fully appreciate. So what people want to imagine is just grilling out here on a beautiful Texas evening, having fun with family and friends, entertaining, and having great privacy with that backyard where nobody is looking in on you. This is pretty cool because you get that resort style living right at home. There's also a video of this backyard with a pool in it, and I put that in the unlisted video at the top of the description. So take a look at that if you want to see what this space could become. Now, this is a half-acre lot, and being a corner lot, you get space in the backyard and a large side yard, which is really hard to find in newer communities. That opens up opportunities here for whoever moves in and wants to make this property their own, whether that's a pool, expanded outdoor living with a putting green or play area for the kids, or just keeping that natural greenery for privacy. The options are really incredible on a lot like this and give you flexibility for the future. Now, for the living room, you could put another TV here above the fireplace mantle, and I love how you can still catch the TV while you're cooking in the kitchen, or if you just have a party and there's a lot of entertaining going on. This is one of those layouts where everything just flows together and makes sense for how families actually live today. I think the biggest factor in this living room are the huge sliding glass doors that really make this space feel like it's a part of the patio, especially when you open up those doors. The indoor-outdoor flow here is seamless. It completely changes how the whole space feels when you have that connection to the outdoors. And the views that you have just walking around this living room are incredible. You're constantly reminded why people love living out in this area. The greenery, the rolling hills, it's all right there through those windows. That every time you look up from what you're doing, you get that reminder of where you are and what makes this community so special. Now, let me show you another space that I think you're really gonna love. Before we get to the study, I wanna show you something really special. Now, check this out. Wait until you see how they designed that study for both function and beauty. It's one of my favorite spaces in this entire home. And don't forget, we still have the primary suite, the nominated bathroom, and that second floor balcony with the unbelievable view coming up. So you're going to want to stick around for all of that. Right when you walk in through the front doors, you're met by all this glass and a door to get out to this deck. And so this space is definitely asking for a pool back here. Here's the thing, because if you can imagine a pool that you can walk right out to from the main living area, it really opens up that space and would provide such a fun design piece to the outside that you can enjoy year-round with the Texas weather. The way this home is laid out with the living space connecting directly to the backyard just makes that so easy to envision. It would be absolutely stunning with the views you get from back here and all that natural light pouring in through those windows. So many people tell me what they want in their study is to feel calm, and they want to look out to greenery and just have that peaceful retreat where they can focus and get work done without any distractions. And what I love here is that they painted the walls a darker color to make things feel calm and cozy, and there's so much natural light coming in through those oversized windows. Even on a cloudy day, it's really pouring into this study and filling the whole space with that beautiful soft glow. They also did a herringbone pattern on the floor, which is a fun design piece that adds so much character and visual interest to the room. But you not only have great design in this home, it's very functional too. Take a look at the electrical up on the wall, perfect for putting up a TV so you can have that on while you're working or catching up on news. And then there's even a floor outlet situated in the middle of the study, perfect for putting a desk right in the center here without having cords running all over the place. So you can get a TV in front of you, greenery and natural light to the left of you, and then the doorway to the right. Really well designed and very functional, and that's something that's hard to find in a lot of homes these days. What I love about this is the sliding door here, which is great for this study since you don't want the door opening up into the study and banging into a desk or opening out into the hallway and knocking somebody over. It's also a great design piece that makes a statement so that when you walk in from the front door, instead of seeing right into the study, you actually see that beautiful sliding door to the left. You see the stairwell to your right with all that gorgeous millwork. And then your eyes look right out to the beautiful greenery through the windows, which really draws you into the home and makes you feel welcome right away. That is quite the grand entrance, which we saw earlier was actually open to the second story with that beautiful light fixture hanging down and creating such a dramatic first impression that really sets the tone for the rest of the home. Now let me show you the primary suite. What I love most about this primary bedroom is they've already painted an accent wall on the left side where I think you would put your bed along with a couple nightstands. And they painted that same accent color into the ceiling, which really forces your eyes to look up and creates this cohesive design that feels very intentional. It also makes the space feel a little bit more calm, being a darker color, which is exactly what you want in a primary bedroom where you're trying to relax and unwind at the end of a long day. What I want everyone to imagine is taking the curtains and moving them to the side, and you can see all that beautiful greenery and the changing colors in the backyard. And get this, you don't usually see this in many places across Austin, Texas. As someone who grew up in Pennsylvania, where all the leaves change and then fall, and it's orange and red through the fall, you don't see that much in Austin, Texas, because we are in the middle of Texas. A lot of greenery just stays green for the most part. But I love how it's very different on the backside of this home. This primary bedroom really captures that beauty and brings the outdoors in. We also have electrical up on the wall, perfect for mounting a TV so you can watch your favorite shows from bed. Now, this is the primary bathroom where they were nominated for Best Bathroom in a Custom Home, over $1 million. I think you can see why, and honestly, when I walked in here for the first time, I was just blown away by everything they did with this space. So many upgrades here, like the sconces on either side of the mirror that match up so well with the chandelier over the freestanding tub. But I actually think it's the freestanding tub being a darker color that contrasts the floor tile so beautifully and creates this really stunning focal point that draws your eye the moment you walk in. And then I love how they ran that floor tile up along the wall behind each vanity, which adds so much visual interest and makes the whole space feel more cohesive. Now here's where it gets interesting, because something that you may not be able to see until I look a little bit closer is they put in what looks like a wood floor, but they put it up on the wall, which is such a creative design choice that really sets this bathroom apart from anything else you'll see. And I'm actually seeing this a lot more in custom homes these days. I'm also seeing people do that in a chevron or herringbone pattern on the ceiling, so it forces your eyes to look up and appreciate all the architectural details. It feels earthy and very calm, which is exactly what you want in a primary bathroom where you're going to be starting and ending your day. It's a fun design that I'm seeing a little bit more often, but this still stands out as something very unique, and it's one of those details that really makes this home special. The sink, the cabinets, everything has such a fun contrast, but still coordinates well with each other, and nothing feels out of place. Now, they decided to lighten up the bathroom using a lighter floor tile. It's very active and really pulls out the grout color, which they did in a shade of white. And then they ran that same tile that was along the walls in the bathroom, along the floor, right here in the walk-in shower, all the way to the ceiling. You're gonna love this because it creates such a seamless look from floor to ceiling that really makes the whole space feel connected and intentional. I gotta keep giving you a close look at this because the design here is just incredible and shows how much thought went into every single detail. You really start to appreciate it more as you look a little bit closer and feel it. The texture and the pattern work together beautifully, which obviously I'm feeling when I'm here in the bathroom, but I want you to get that full experience too, so you can see exactly what I mean. Already have some great built-ins in this primary closet, and there's some great lighting in here as well, which makes getting ready in the morning so much easier. But wait until you see the second floor balcony upstairs. There's also an amazing game room that's massive upstairs that also captures the view really well. I cannot wait for you to see all of it. The way Deville Custom Homes designed this home, they really thought about the views from every major space. Every window placement was intentional, and you can tell they put a lot of care into making sure you're always connected to the outdoors. Let me show you what I mean when we head upstairs, and when the sun finally comes out from behind those clouds, you're going to see exactly what I mean. When I first walked into this room, I didn't see it as a secondary bedroom. It almost felt so large that it was like a secondary game room downstairs. But then I noticed the in-suite full bathroom. There's a kitchenette on one side, and this was very smart by Deville Custom Homes because they made this for multi-generational living. So many people tell me they want their parents or grandparents staying with them on the first floor, and this is perfect for that kind of living situation. They get their own completely separate area where they can have privacy whenever they need it, and the kitchenette is incredible. Now look at this setup they created here. You've got a mini fridge, you've got this beautiful countertop that has so much movement in it that goes into the backsplash, which ties everything together beautifully, and then you have your own private access to get outside directly from this space. So if your parents or grandparents just want to go for a morning walk or enjoy some fresh air, they can just exit right from their bedroom without having to go through the main house at all. That level of independence while still being close to family is something a lot of people are looking for these days, especially those moving here from out of state who want to bring their loved ones with them. And Deville really nailed it with this thoughtful layout that makes everyone comfortable. The natural light coming in here is fantastic too, and the room feels spacious and welcoming. This is one of those features that really sets a home apart and shows the builder was thinking about real families and how they actually live together under one roof. Now I want to know what you think about this in-suite full bathroom. I love the window up top and the chandelier above the freestanding tub, which adds such an elegant touch to the whole space. But I'm unsure about this freestanding tub being right in the middle. Obviously, with just one sink, you still have enough room there, and it is off to the side. But I felt like it was very unique, and you could either love it or you may not love it. Here's what stands out though, is how they designed the layout to make everything feel intentional and purposeful. Let me know what you think. We also have a walk-in shower where they ran a small tile in a herringbone pattern along the floor, and then a tile with a lot of veins running through it going all the way up to the ceiling. Really forces your eyes to look up and appreciate all that detail work they put into this space. And then the gray countertop really pulls out the veins that are on the floor as well, which creates this beautiful cohesive look throughout the entire bathroom. You have sconces on either side of the mirror, which gives you great lighting for getting ready in the morning. And this is where you really get that custom feel throughout every bathroom in this home, because they paid attention to every single detail, from the fixtures to the tile selections to the overall flow of the space. Just a walk-in closet here that already has some great built-ins, which really makes the space feel functional and gives you plenty of room for all your clothes and accessories without feeling cluttered. But what I want to point your attention to is notice how the floor tile is obviously different from the wood flooring, but it still feels like it coordinates together. That's because the brown warm veins running through the countertop really flow well with the wood. This is pretty cool. I think the design here was very purposeful, and it shows that the builder really paid attention to the little details that make a home feel cohesive. All right, we still have a lot to see on this first floor before we head upstairs. There are some really great features coming up that you do not want to miss. There's a powder bathroom with a really fun surprise that caught my eye the moment I walked in, a utility room with something so many people have been asking me about, which is super convenient for busy families. And then we'll head up to that game room and second floor balcony where the views are absolutely incredible. Now, this is a very fun surprise, having an incredible design along the walls of this powder bathroom. Let me know what you think about this. I think adding really fun colors to small spaces like a powder bathroom or utility rooms is such a good idea. Now check this out. Love the cabinet color, which is like this navy blue that gets pulled out from some of the blues and purples that are in that wall color. The way they've coordinated everything in here really shows attention to detail. Guests are always going to remember a powder bathroom like this one. And then this tiny sink is such a fun accent piece, looks very cute, or at least that's something my wife would say. It's these little design moments that really set a custom home apart from everything else. A lot of builders would just throw in a basic white vanity and call it a day, but when you see something like this, you know the homeowner put thought into every single room. We have so many built-ins in this utility room. I like how the dark hardware gets pulled out by the dark hexagon floor tile. But what really stands out is this dog washing station right underneath this window, which is massive. Here's the thing. So many people tell me they want this, and Austin tends to be a very dog and pet friendly city. A lot of people love the outdoors and hiking with their pets, like their dogs, and having a dedicated space to clean them off makes such a difference. So I think a dog washing station here is fantastic, and it's perfectly situated right off of the garage, so you can come right in from a muddy hike and get everything cleaned up before going through the rest of the house, which is exactly what you want after being outside all day. Now, we do have a 3-car garage, but it is separated. There's a 2-car side entrance garage, and then opposite of this garage is a 1-car side entrance garage. I don't think we'll actually see that later on because we had to exit the house to get there, but either way, you get a lot of great garage space, which is something you really appreciate when you're living here. What I love about this setup is that a lot of people like separate garage spaces so they can use one side for cars and then the other one for storage, maybe bikes, maybe a workshop or something like that. It gives you that flexibility to really organize your space however works best for your family and your lifestyle. So, all right, now we're heading upstairs, and this is where things get really special. Remember how I kept talking about the sun coming out and the views getting even better? Well, we're about to see exactly what I mean. There's a massive game room up here that's perfect for entertaining family and friends, some spare bedrooms with great natural light, and that second floor balcony I've been teasing, which has some of the best views in the entire home. And get this, I've had so many people tell me the upstairs is their favorite part of this floor plan. And I gotta tell you, when I saw the sun finally come out, I came back upstairs just to reshoot it for you because I wanted you to see exactly how beautiful this space looks. It makes that much of a difference. As you can see here, they went all out on design again with a beautiful fan and dark colors on the walls, perfect for a space that people usually want to feel more calming and cozy when they're unwinding after a long day. Now, here's where it gets interesting. What you really want to stick around for is when I saw the sun coming out at the end of this video, I couldn't help but come back upstairs and reshoot at least the second floor so you could see this with the sun coming out, because it makes such a massive difference in here and completely transforms the entire feeling of this space. So if you can imagine sitting on the side of this wall on a comfortable, oversized sofa, and you're looking out in front of you at a TV mounted on the wall, on the left is a tree turning colors with some beautiful greenery that changes with every season, which is something you don't see in every home out here. But on your right is this unbelievable view that looks out for miles and miles. I gotta tell you, this is the dream that so many people are searching for, and this is why so many people move out to this area of Rough Hollow and never want to leave once they experience it for themselves. And when I told you people really miss the fall when they moved to Austin, Texas, I don't think anybody living in this home would miss the fall at all. Because take a look at what's behind this home. The colors, the depth, the rolling hills stretching out as far as you can see with nothing but nature surrounding you. It's all right here waiting for you. We have some sconces along the hallway, which is a fun design piece that really adds some character and warmth to the space. But wait until what's coming up. One of these bedrooms has an unbelievable view that I cannot wait to show you. And while we're here, I want to talk a little bit about Rough Hollow. This is one of the largest master plan communities in the Lakeway area with well over 1,000 homes. It's very lively and active with incredible amenities, and the location gives you easy access to both Austin and Lakeway for shopping, dining, and entertainment. They have 22 miles of hike and bike trails, a yacht club and marina, weight rooms, and a fitness center, and the Highland Village Amenity Center, which is probably one of the top 5 amenity centers in the entire Austin metro area. You're gonna love this. We're talking a children's pool with a splash pad, an adult pool with a swim-up bar, a lazy river, tennis and pickleball courts, a dog park, and so much more. It's the type of community that really gets people out of their houses and enjoying each other's company, which is something that's becoming harder and harder to find these days. Lots of activities, holiday celebrations, and opportunities to meet neighbors and build lasting friendships with people who share similar interests. And what's unique about Rough Hollow is you can find everything from starter homes to forever homes to big luxury custom builds like this one. So whether you're just starting out or looking for your dream home, there's something here for everyone. Now, this spare bedroom is special, and it's because of a couple reasons. First off, you have your own balcony access, which we're going to exit here soon. But second, you have these huge windows that just flood this entire room with natural light throughout the day. And so what I want you to imagine is if your bed was on the right side of this bedroom and you could just peel back the curtains every day, and this is your view from your bed. Absolutely incredible. Waking up to something like this every single morning would never get old. I mean, I'm almost speechless walking out here, but it's actually when you get to the edge of this window where you start to realize the beauty here along Austin and Lakeway. You've got these rolling hills that seem to go on forever. You've got this beautiful waterway going through with all that gorgeous greenery surrounding it. And to get that right from a spare bedroom upstairs, it's just not fair to the other homes in the neighborhood. This is an unbelievable home, and it really builds your dream of living in this area. Let me show you what I would do with this space. I would put my bed along that wall, the same wall where we entered from, but let me know what you would do. Maybe you would do something different. I feel like if you had space for it, you could put a chaise along the window if you really wanted to hang out there and enjoy the view while reading a book or just relaxing after a long day, which sounds pretty perfect to me. But we don't really need that chaise since you can get to the second floor balcony, which is where we're heading next, and you're gonna love what you see out there. Now, this balcony is really why I came out to this custom home. I really wanted you to see this amazing view because it's hard to put what you can see here into a picture, or at least the feeling that you get when you're out here. You can't help but just take in a long breath of fresh air. It's so decompressing being out here, and to see the waterway and the hills in the distance with nothing but greenery all around. Unbelievable. Now look at this. You can see for miles and miles from up here, and it just feels so peaceful and relaxing. Now, what's great about this balcony is you have 2 bedrooms that do have access out here, which is something a lot of people tell me they love. You have similar upgrades to what we saw earlier on the patio downstairs with the same great quality and attention to detail. And I don't actually have the lights on out here because I want you to really take in the sun now that it finally emerged from beyond the clouds. We've got 1 more spare bedroom and another full bathroom that's en suite here. And while we go through this, let me talk about some of the pros and cons of living out in Lakeway. On the pros side, you've got that scenic topography that makes people fall in love with the area. Rolling hills, lake views, lush greenery everywhere you look. You've also got an active outdoor lifestyle with many parks, trail systems, golf courses, and of course, lake access to Lake Travis. People are always out kayaking, paddleboarding, jet skiing, and boating. And then you've got the upscale amenities like yacht clubs, marinas, and resort-style community centers that really elevate the lifestyle out here. Plus, you're somewhat close to Austin, depending on traffic, roughly 30 to 60 minutes, depending on how deep into the hills you live. Now, on the con side, yes, the summer heat is long and hot, but that's pretty much everywhere in Central Texas, and the lake activities really help with that. Nightlife is quieter out here, so for late night experiences, you'd usually drive to downtown Austin. The bigger challenge is traffic related to the topography. They don't build many tunnels through the hills or bridges over the waterways out here, so the infrastructure can't expand as easily, and then premium pricing is real, especially for lakefront or view properties, but that's the trade-off for living in such a beautiful area. You've got the square at Lakeway under construction right off Highway 620, which will bring new townhomes, shopping, and restaurants with walkability. Hill Country Galleria is nearby with over 75 retail, dining, and entertainment options. And if you're into golf, Lakeway is known throughout the area for golf courses and country clubs. Now you have to see this view one more time because the sun is really out now and you can see the beauty here so much better. I gotta tell you, the way the light hits everything right now just makes the whole property come alive. But one thing I didn't show you earlier is there is a large side yard on this property. There was a sign within the home that talked about putting a pool potentially back there. Obviously, I would need to verify all of this, or you should verify this with the listing agent. But that's very unique on a corner lot to have so much privacy and then multiple yard spaces. This is pretty cool because you have the backyard, the side yard, and honestly, the options here are really incredible for outdoor living and entertaining. You could set up different zones for kids to play, for grilling, for just relaxing and taking in these gorgeous views. And sitting on a half acre in a community like Water's Edge at Rough Hollow with these views where you can see for miles and miles, that's something special that a lot of people tell me they absolutely love. Now, if you wanted to see this home transform with furniture and interior design, then click on the unlisted YouTube video at the top of the description of this video, or check out my profile for more transformations. My goal is to show you as many homes as possible that are for sale so you can make a better decision on where to buy. But I also want to show you how these spaces can be transformed, because I've walked homes with hundreds of buyers who have reached out to me from YouTube, and I can tell you design and how a space flows makes such a big difference in how people perceive homes. For example, I've seen the same square footage home sell significantly higher than another home that had the same square footage, same metrics, but the homes felt completely different from each other because of design. And I can't tell you how big of a difference that makes when you're trying to get top dollar for your property, or when you're a buyer trying to see the potential in an empty space. I think Deville Custom Homes really knocked it out of the park with the design upgrades they already put into this home. And so adding furniture to it is much easier, and you can have a lot of fun doing it. I gotta tell you, the attention to detail throughout every single room really shows the level of craftsmanship that went into building this property. So all the credit to the listing agent, Stacy Deville, and Deville Custom Homes. If I didn't mention it earlier, the architect was Cornerstone Architects, and this is a great exclusive section of Rough Hollow called Water's Edge. Now, if you want to stay updated on stunning home transformations and new listings in the Austin area, check out the newsletter link at the bottom of the description. And if you want to see another home tour, click on the left side of the screen. Thanks for watching, everyone.